Court, should we do it?
Let's do it.
All right, welcome back again, guys, to the Dirty Hair Podcast. I'm Woes Rycroft.
And I'm Courtenay DeHoff.
And today we're talking relationships.
Yes.
All types of relationships, dating, marriage, the infamous breakup.
It's all so hard.
Right? And if I could just share where the idea of this podcast came from last week. Our friend Daniela has been trying to set Courtney up with this guy. I'm going to call him Ted.
Okay.
Just cut.
Yes.
Ted's what? He's a lawyer.
Uh-huh.
He's of age. He's age appropriate for us.
I didn't know we were going to talk about this.
Well, we have to talk about how this came up. And Courtney was not interested for some reason. Never saw a picture of him, heard his statistics, and I'm just too busy. I'm too busy. And I'm like, Courtney, it's a date. Oh my God, he's a lawyer. Oh, he's been recommended by a friend. Well, so then, after you put him off for about 2 weeks, right? She would not text him.
It was like a week. I was super busy. I was super busy.
Thank you. So she finally goes to lunch with him, and the text I get is, it's not going to work, but I got risotto balls.
I hope he doesn't listen to this.
And I went, why won't it work? Oh, I've got so much going on right now. And I went, this is brilliant, because you and I, complete opposite.
Yes.
And when I take myself back to the way I dated, I cringe at the thought of turning down a date. I just wanted to be married so badly. I just wanted to be in a relationship all the time. And I look at you going, you legit have no desire right now to be in a relationship.
You know, so it's interesting. Yes and no. So Daniela asked how it went the next morning.
The date.
Yeah, and he was a lovely guy. So he was super nice, like whatever. You don't really, like how much do you get to know someone over like a lunch, whatever. And I walked in and I said, well, that was my one date for the year. I went on one date in 2017. I've already been on one date in 2018, so I'm done.
How did you only go on one
date? That means
date?
I'm done. I only got asked once,
and
I
again,
think.
I remember you telling me a few months ago, I just don't get asked out on dates. You must be, your RBF face, honestly, which you do have from time to time, it must be out in full force, because you're beautiful, you're successful, you're independent.
Yeah, it's such an interesting, so I was telling you this morning, I was like, because it's something that I think about, and it's not that...
What, is being in a relationship or dating?
Or like, I'm not getting any younger, like, I'm gonna have to get married, these are like real pressures, especially for a 28-year, almost 30-year-old. Like, people think that you should really, like, seriously have
from
someone.
The South, yes.
Yeah, or like have someone, like my parents got married at an early age, but it's a very different, generation, but so like we talk about like Big Brother is always watching. So I was Googling last night, because I was like, why doesn't this work? Like, what am I going to talk about, So I was like Googling relationship stuff last night, and then up on my Facebook, pops
because they read your mind.
Right, pops this relationship video, and it's some like inspirational speaker. I can't remember his name, but I was like hooked. I was like watching all these videos. But it was a very interesting what he brought up, and I wrote some of it down. It's kind of deep, but I was like, oh my God, like
is it too deep for right now? Because we don't.
I know we don't do deep, but I think a lot of this has to do with like this millennial generation and our lives.
That's you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Our lives revolve around social media and like instant gratification.
Yes.
Like, I think I want instant gratification. Like, I want to walk in to the restaurant and like meet this person and just be like, yep, he's the one.
You think you're gonna know? You think you're gonna see?
Because people tell me that. Yeah, because people tell me that, and all of my friends that are married, my mom, anyone who's married, I said, well, how do you know? And they're like, you just know. Okay, ladies, what does that mean? Like, so I walk in and I'm like, okay, don't like the collar on his shirt. Yeah, no, look at that. No, not the one. I think I'm writing it off before I even give it a chance.
Maybe. Maybe your expectations are too high, because, do you have those weird crushes on? So let's just do celebrities right now who physically are not attractive, but their personalities win you over, and it's like, you are such a cool guy.
Yes.
And I have this weird crush on you. So I think just because you're physically writing them off, let's be honest.
I know.
Because you're looking at
which
them.
Which is so shallow, but we all do it, right? Yeah, okay. I'm like, oh no, am I the only one that
No,
does this?
everybody's a superficial dater,
I know.
and they are lying if they tell you that looks have absolutely nothing to do with it, because that's like the gatekeeper right there.
Yeah.
But it's funny because when I met Ty, I knew.
Yeah. Okay,
Like,
so what? How did you know?
Okay.
How did you know?
You know what? I looked at him and I saw those blue eyes and those dimples, and I went, I bet your genes are dominant and my kids are going to look exactly like you. Kidding.
See,
Yes, they do.
You got cute and great guy. Like, you got good looking.
Do you know what
and
I
great
went
guy.
through, though, before to get him?
Yeah, I know.
So really, really quick backstory on why I was as messed up as I was as a dater. Because I think it all stems from how you started dating. And think back for a minute and see if this applies to you.
Okay.
So I started dating. I was 15. My first boyfriend ended up being my only boyfriend for 7 years.
At 15?
I was almost 16.
I don't even think I knew what boys were at 15.
But it was, I mean, he was it. We never
Yeah.
broke up. We never
Wait, this
cheated.
wasn't Ty, was it?
No, this
No,
was
okay.
from 15 years
I know, I'm like, wow, wait, this love story just gets more amazing.
So we were together for 7 years. He was all I knew from those formidable ages.
Right.
Well, we broke up a couple weeks before college graduation. Come college graduation, he's engaged to a friend of mine. I get a wedding invitation to the wedding, which takes place on my birthday.
Oh, no.
So you can imagine the state of messed up that I was in.
Yeah, you're just like emotionally a wreck.
I really was, and because all I knew was a relationship, and that's where I was comfortable because that's how I grew up. That's when I dated for a relationship. I didn't just date to be like, oh, I'll see you at dinner, let's go do this. I was
you
like,
wanted that connection.
I was Isla Fisher from Wedding Crashers, where I grabbed on and I was like, I will find you. Psychotic.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible.
So
it is a wonder I got married.
Do you like look back? Is that why it ended? Well, okay, you said he got married or something. Did he? You said there was
he cheated
But like,
on me
do you
now.
think? Do you look back and think that that's why it didn't work out because you were it like?
Oh
he
no,
was
at the
only
time
one?
I was normal.
Oh, it
Oh, you
gets
mean
worse?
your relationship with him?
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Just continue.
Yeah.
Continue your dating saga.
Oh no, that's just what I was saying. So when I found a guy that I liked, and first of all,
You were all in. All in.
Was I all in? Was I all in or
I can
not?
still look at you and think,
Let's ask that. I tried so hard to play the cool chick. I really did. I was like, yeah, no, I'm so laid back. And then all of a sudden, like, that inner freak came out.
Sometimes
and I was
that
like,
can
I will
backfire too, being
rip
the
on
laid
you.
back chick, because I've had that happen.
Well, I think if it's not who you naturally are.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be the laid back chick, but I was so damaged from that relationship, and then getting cheated on in a relationship after that of course messes with you. To where
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
like, unfortunately, you are getting punished for past relationships. But yeah, so when I saw Ty, I just knew. The conversation I had with him, he was a real decent guy. The problem was we were 23 and 25, and he was not ready. He didn't necessarily see me at that time and say,
she's the one.
I can't, she might be the one, I'm not ready for her right now. I'm 25. And so it was a hard thing for me of like, well, do I stick around? Do I not? And we all know what happened because I ended up on The Bachelor very single after I had met Ty.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we didn't stay together the whole time. My crazy came out, I guess. No, it did. There may have been a smashed picture or two the night we broke up.
God bless Ty.
There might have been.
Oh, I love it. But it's hard. So like you, yeah, we are very different.
Yeah.
Because I did.
I've never heard you talk about a guy.
Yeah, so I dated a guy for a couple of years while I was in Kansas City. Learned a lot about what I didn't want,
one of those.
Yeah, one of those. Most definitely. And I think a lot of this and a lot of maybe me not really pursuing the like, I gotta go on dates, I gotta meet the one. Maybe I'm not. And this goes back to this video I was watching. That's very deep. Okay, it really.
I can't wait to hear all about this video.
It really spoke to me, people. The whole point of the thing was like you can't be ready for the one.
Yeah.
Like you can't be happy with another person until you're happy with yourself.
I agree with that.
And I'm not. And I've started to slowly like think that throughout the last couple of years. And like I think that's why. I mean, there were obvious reasons on his part why it didn't work out. But like I think part of why it didn't work out on my part, I wasn't ready. I had no desire to get married. It was never on my radar. I think it was on his. That creates a little bit of friction. But I'm so busy with my career and like I'm not happy where I'm at necessarily at this point in my career. There's things that I think I need to work on for me so that I'm the right person.
No, I totally agree with
Not
that.
to get super, super deep on everyone.
No, but that's what changed between when Ty and I dated the first time around, and I was this insecure girl. I didn't know what made me happy.
Right.
I didn't know when Melissa stood on her own. I didn't know what I had to offer. It took me, honestly, going through that crap of a process on The Bachelor, having all of that happen publicly, to where I was able to take a step back and go, I'm doing something wrong. And I need to think for a minute. And when I finally, accepted who I am, I knew what I wanted out of life, and I knew what I had to offer, when it came back to, when Ty and I tried again, it just, everything fit into place. So I totally buy what you're saying.
I remember my best friend, she got married, and she told me once, she goes, Jess and I talked about it, and if we had met even 6 months earlier, it would have never happened. Yeah, it wouldn't have been that, And so I try to keep that. And I'm a real, I am a big believer in meeting someone organically. Okay, I tried Bumble. I tried one dating app. First of all, so you swipe. You swipe right if you like, and this is.
Wait, are they all swiping now? Is that what they are?
I don't even know. So I did Bumble for 3 days, right? So you swipe right if you like them, and you swipe, and it's all judged on their look.
Can you see who swipes you right now?
No, so Bumble is all about.
Because I feel like that would break my heart, and I feel like nobody is swiping
Bumble is
right.
the girl has to make the first move. So if I swipe right, then they can swipe. I don't even know how it works. But anyway, so I did this for several days, and I was just like, this is so stupid and so superficial. For the first day, I was swiping the wrong. I had my swipes mixed up, and I was swiping no on the people I liked and yes on the people I didn't like. It was just so stupid. But at the end of the day, so then they can message you. So if you swipe and they swipe, then it's a connection. It's like a Bumble connection, I guess. And then you can message. I answer your text messages. I answer my mom's text messages. And anyone else, I may or may not answer your text messages. Or your messages on anything.
Online dating and app dating.
Oh, I hate it.
I hate it, but it's great. I understand. Again, we're very busy.
I know.
And right now, because I remember back when I was single, there were none of these apps. And I remember going, I don't know where to meet. I don't go to clubs by myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a bar and meet people. I don't know where to meet people. So I do think it's a great idea for people of our age that are single and so busy and not wanting to go to the stereotypical places. However, I feel like the false advertising is something that I would constantly be hyper aware of. Is that your picture? Is this really what you like?
You want to know what picture I put on my Bumble account? My headshot, girl. My headshot.
Back before your eyebrows were
my
tattooed
headshot
on.
My headshot that had been retouched within an inch of its life. And then I walk in and there's this one lone guy. And I'm like, oh God, do you think that's him? Well, his six pack doesn't really show through that turtleneck he's wearing. It's so superficial. And I don't have time. It's just too much.
I don't envy
It's too much stress. It makes my armpits sweat. Going on blind dates makes my armpits sweat. I don't like it.
And your boobs sweat.
Yeah, everything sweats. I mean, this one we talked about at the beginning, I was dirty before I got there, so I can't blame the sweaty armpits on him. I was busy. I had to do my workout. I had all these meetings.
See, and that's the thing you do too. I've noticed you do that. I just have this going on and this, and I can't.
I know.
You never know.
I know, and so you never know. So I try to keep an open mind too. I'm a big believer in starting out as friends or starting out as and seeing if it I don't know. Not that that's ever happened to me.
I have a really good friend, and she was kind of the last of all of us to get married.
See, I'm gonna be that person, which is stressing me out.
But she wanted it, but she didn't stop herself from just going on dates with people she didn't really see a future with, because she's like, it just kind of keeps me occupied. I don't feel lonely. They're great guys, I'm not gonna marry them, and I'm not gonna do that. But it's companionship right now, and it kind of is feeding my need for attention until my one comes along. And I was telling you, my thing with you is I feel like you've gotten so far in this rut of it's just me.
I know.
That you don't even want to
that
try.
I don't make the effort.
That you don't even want the companionship
God, life is so hard.
The other part.
I know. But then I feel guilty. I feel guilty going on dates just to get free food, which I always offer to pay, I'd like to say.
No, I'm not saying free food. I'm just saying good conversation.
But if there's not food, I'm not coming, so don't ask me.
She actually means that. The first thing she said was risotto balls.
It was so good.
It
was a restaurant I've been wanting to try. He was such a nice guy.
See, and why wouldn't you go out with him again? Just because you're not going to marry him, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? Courtney, I'm not on your side with this.
I know. It's just it's hard. It's definitely tricky. But I believe the one is out there, and when it's all meant to be, like God will bring him into my life at the right time.
I absolutely.
But it's getting really old.
Believe in soulmates, but I also believe you can miss your soulmate.
Oh, now I have to stress about this.
No, that's just my belief.
Okay.
I really think that there are people put in your life, and it's your decision whether it works with that person or not. And I think you can go through life with somebody who's not really your soulmate, and it's fine. It's just a completely.
Do you consider Ty your soulmate?
I do. Yeah. And we talk about it a lot because I'm like, we almost missed our shot. Yeah. We really did. When we broke up and I moved on, and I didn't want to give the relationship a second shot because I was so hurt from it. And the fact that he kept trying, which was something he didn't do before. Yeah. Yeah. And that's I can commend that in a guy. Like, I'm one of those. They're going to have to put some effort. I realize I have to put effort out too. Yeah. But, like, they're going to have to put some effort out. Like, it's not just going to be like, oh, yeah, like, you want to go to dinner? Sure. Like, they're going to have to, like, really show an interest in what I'm doing and just, like, make the effort, I guess. I never thought it was fair dating that while guys do gestures like that and it's romantic and girls do it and we're called stalkers. Yeah. I always felt that we're too clingy. Yeah, like I felt like all the things that I would do for Ty, and maybe I was on the spectrum. I probably veered more toward stalkery. I mean, I duplicated a key. I'm kidding. I didn't. I didn't. But I look back going, gosh, if Ty had done all of that stuff for me, people would have thought he was the best boyfriend in the entire world. But meanwhile, his friends are like, she's a little nutty. She's a little clingy. We've got a stage 5 clinger. I, again, opened up on socials because relationships are a huge talker for anybody. And we thought it would be fun. Pet peeves that maybe our spouses or significant others do, and we each pulled some. Why don't you start? Yes. Okay, so this first one. Can we say who it's from? This first one is from Corner Post Cattle, aka Momager DeHoff. Courtney's mother. So my mother. Let's talk about stalker, right? Yes, my mom. Best way, my mom is the best stalker. We love her. She's our biggest fan. Love her. We love you, Mom. Okay, so my mom says not getting a hearing aid and pretending I didn't tell him the story when he hears it later. Hashtag vanity. They all do that. It's called selective hearing. It really is. My poor, God bless my dad. My mom and dad have been together for, I don't know, a long ever. And he puts up with a lot. They both put up with a lot. But he does perhaps could benefit from a hearing aid. And hearing aids are so advanced now. You don't even see them. Courtney, he doesn't want to hear her. No, he likes the silence. He knows what's going to happen if he puts it in. And he just turns the TV up louder. Exactly. He just turns the TV up louder. This is very calculated and very planned. Mr. DeHoff is a very smart man. You go, Dad. You go, Dad. You go. I love it. So anyway, I liked that one, obviously. And then this one kind of made me... This one, I think, is a very obvious one. Yacencia Lopez says, when they make everything sexual. Okay, it does not matter from 18 to 118. They are men. They're men. They are men. They are just one-track wired differently than we are. And I mean... I gotta judge my words carefully. Don't get me wrong. Women, we have our moments, but... We don't need to joke about it all day long. Man, they never slow down. No, they don't. They never slow down. So, some of my favorite ones, we had Heather, who said, oh, that's easy. No one has to tell me what to do or how to do it. I do what I do because I know it should be done. He, on the other hand, needs step-by-step and day-by-day instructions for everything. Unless it involves tool, sports, or a grill. Oh, Heather, you must be married. I was going to say. I think it's so funny. Like, when I travel, the list of to-do things that I have for Ty, the lunches that I have pre-made, don't forget to brush your teeth, do this. Beckett needs his undies on. Well, Ty will leave, and he does not think twice about it. He's like, yeah, she's got it. And it's so funny. Do you think... So, my mom, I'm 28, my sister's 21, We're grown up. She's still she's gonna come to visit me in Dallas. She'll call me hey, what are you doing? She's like, well, making stupid meals for your father and sister. Not that they're gonna eat them. And I want to say to her, they're adults. Like, why is that just a mother? I'm not a mom, obviously, and God bless her for doing it. Well, I was gonna say mine are babies, so I appreciate it still. But
she's still doing all of those things, and like when sometimes she's calling and complaining about it, and I say just don't do it. She's 20. She's an adult. He's an adult.
I don't think it's a switch you can turn off.
Yeah.
I know that I've been doing it for so long now, not just for my husband, for my kids. It's like second nature. Where when I'm home alone, I'm going, I just don't know what I need to do.
It's
something.
Like I need
There's
got to be
something I need somebody's to do. Clothes.
Yeah.
It's a lie. I just want to sit down. And then let me see what was another comment that I saw. Oh, Claris said, coming home exhausted and plopping his butt on the sofa while I'm in the kitchen cooking, doing laundry, and straightening up at the same time after I worked an 8-hour day.
Okay, I had this one on my list too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
It's good.
I had this on my list because I remember growing up, obviously not a whole lot of relationships to compare to in my life because I'm on my 1 date a year quota as of right now. We're working on it.
We are.
But I remember my mom getting upset about this. And my mom she was a stay-at-home mom. But we grew up on a ranch. So she wasn't sitting inside. I mean, she was out like physically working all day. And I remember, and still to this day, her getting frustrated because Dad comes home, and she'll get mad because instead of going straight to the barn to help her with what she's doing, he comes in and like washes his face first and or like, sits down while she makes dinner. So I can see both sides, sort of. Because, we work 8-hour day. Well, okay, that's a lie. We don't work 8 hours.
We get up at 3 a.m.
We get up at 3 a.m. Does Ty ever come home and just like not help?
Not help. But Ty is smart. And he knows that
Ty knows how to play the game.
He knows when he steps in the door, he is expected to help at that point because it's been all day with me at the kids. So what he does...
Does he sit in the car?
No, doesn't sit in the car. But there are days he comes home in his workout clothes and I'm like, oh, somebody stopped by the gym to get himself an extra hour of quiet time before he came in the door today. So there are times at the end of the day where I call him going, if you come home in your workout clothes today, you might as well turn right back around.
So help me, if you
better
decide to work out today,
work out and put your work clothes back on.
I've been at home with these 3 kids all day.
I don't want to know that you were taking a little bit of extra time at the end of your day before you came home to this chaos.
Traffic was
But
terrible.
he's smart, right? He's figured it out because once he walks in, he knows that he's in.
I saw an Instagram story from some guy that I follow today.
Some guy. Are you interested?
No, it's not. No. He's a TV personality. So I was following him, and he took a selfie on his Instagram story, and it said, just taking a selfie in my car, aka just taking a quiet moment to myself because everyone else got out and I locked the doors. Well, like it was so, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I can relate. I was in Austin this weekend with my aunt and uncle, and they have 2 little girls, and then this whole herd of like awesome little neighbor girls. It was so loud. At one point, it was so loud that I was just like, I am so stressed out.
Yeah.
Like and they weren't being naughty or anything. They were just
it's
playing.
more than what you're used to go.
But it was so much overstimulation. So I can relate to that.
You don't even have a dog or a bird
I
or
have
a fish.
You have a
cowhide
that sometimes my ice machine sometimes makes noise that is disturbing. So I have a little bit of adversity in my.
I get really sad.
Oh, and I live by the airport. Sometimes I hear airplanes.
You all by yourself.
I know. That makes me sad.
Here's the thing: if you guys are listening to this, I'm gonna put this out there. If you think that Courtney should let me try to find her a few dates, reach out on social media. If we get enough responses, I think we're gonna make this happen.
But
I think we're going to.
But does Courtney have to go on these
Yes,
dates?
of course you do. And I'm going to follow you and record it so that our friends out there can hear.
Okay, and I want to hear from anyone, if there's anyone else like me who is just like, and it's such a fine line because I get lonely and like I really like there's a part of me that
you cover it very well.
Yeah, there's a part of me that like desperately wants something. And that can backfire, being the girl that's like so I know you wouldn't know, sweetie. But being the girl who's
I was like, that was so weird.
But being the girl who's so like, oh, no big deal, like whatever.
Oh, the laid back.
Yeah, the laid back girl. Because like even in my previous relationship, I remember sometimes he would get upset because he was like, well, it's just you just don't care. And I'm like, it's not that I don't care. I don't need to give you affirmation every. Well, so there's a fine line.
Okay, Courtney.
I know.
Guys need
and I
affirmation.
Learned that.
Yes.
I learned
that. They lie to them. that's our part in the relationship.
Yeah.
I'll make you feel good. Take me out.
I know.
Right.
It's so tricky.
We're just very different. This whole conversation made me think of a book that I read a few years ago. It's called Women Are Spaghetti and Men Are Waffles. Have you heard this book?
No.
Okay. It's a devotional.
Should I read this? Ooh, I like devotional.
I know you do, but for everybody out there, even if it's not your jam, the book itself is fantastic. And what it basically is it breaks down the way that men and women's brains are. So they compare men to waffles. Follow me for a second. I wrote some of the key parts down. So picture a man's brain as a waffle. He has a box.
I'm picturing it.
For every thought.
Men have waffle brains. Noted.
Just wait, because ours are spaghetti brains. They're noodle brains. But they have a box for every thought. And one thought fits into a box.
Okay.
So they compartmentalize, basically. And each box is for one thought and one thought only. Think football. When they're on football, they're on football. When they're on sports, cooking, whatever. And a man can switch between boxes, but whenever he is in that box, he is solely on that box. So that's why when men...
One thought at a time.
Exactly. When men try to multitask, they get thrown off. When we start having conversations about like 8 different things and they can't follow us or understand us, that's why, because their brains are literally in squares. Then moves on to us, where our brains are just a big pile of noodles. And each noodle is a thought, and it's jumbled up with the rest of the noodles in a pile. And when a woman is focused on one thought, she's also capable of moving on to that noodle that's right next to her. Hence why when we argue, we can take the conversation back a few years or a few conversations ago.
Remember everything.
Exactly. And a guy literally does not have the capacity to follow us like that. Anyway, the book, you would love it.
I'm gonna have to check it out for sure.
Super interesting because you're like, God, we really just think completely differently.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of take yourself away knowing how, can I say simple-minded without upsetting anybody?
I think so.
Because I think more times than not,
because it's
they
not
really
a slam.
are.
They're just a very
they
one-track
really
thought.
are one track, one mind. I think, I know Ty just wants to make me happy, and sometimes our wires get crossed because, again, I'm definitely more high-strung than he is. He's the laid-back one. But, yeah.
It's tough. It's very tricky because not only are you dealing with 2 totally different brains, but you're, I read this on that video that I was telling you about that I watched online.
Yeah.
And this kind of summed it up for me as far as my situation. The whole thing was about, wanting the relationship without the work of the relationship. Millennials are very like,
oh yeah, now.
Me, we want it now. And I thought this was a good line. It said, we want to be swept off our feet, but at the same time, we want to remain safely, independently standing on our own. I'm very much that way.
Yeah.
Like, I am gonna go out and build an empire, gonna go out and, have this successful, awesome career, gonna go out and I can do it on my own. I don't need anyone else. And that also takes a very, this is a testament to Ty as well, because we're the type of women who, we've had, successful careers. Obviously mine is still growing, but man, you've had this whale of a career.
Oh, I guess mine's not.
No, you're not dead.
I understand.
Yeah, I just mean yours is so
beyond.
Beyond.
Done that.
Okay, what I meant is you're so beyond where I'm at this point. But you've done so many just cool things. That takes a special person. It takes a special man to be able to stand beside a woman who makes her own money, has her own career, is raising her children. Because I've dated some guys, who
are not okay with
who
that.
cannot handle it,
yeah.
and that's why it doesn't work out. And so I think I also shy away a lot because I don't want anyone slowing me down. I want someone that builds me up and is empowering. And
there's
is like,
so many people out there that do that for you.
Yeah, there are. But you get that bad taste. It's like what you said. You get that bad taste in your mouth, and I'm just like, I ain't got time. Like you say one thing, like, oh man, you work a lot, and I'm like, okay, it was nice dating you. Bye.
Okay. So Courtney, we're gonna have to work on that.
I know.
Okay.
And I'm
you know
a
what
little
I'm gonna
aggressive.
Yes, I know. I feel that from you here.
Men are running. I said men running.
Just on a friendship level sometimes. But here's what we're going to do. Courtney, I love you. I'm going to find you somebody. We're going to put on some Disney princess movies. I'm going to make you believe again in a Prince Charming.
Okay.
Okay?
God help us.
And well, that is true.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this.
Okay, I'm game. So, do you want me to email you over the list of criteria?
I don't want criteria. No, ma'am.
Okay.
Hey, look. It only took me a few years and a few tries to find
I know.
to find the right guy.
But I'm getting old. I need
I know.
I'm gonna be the old single lady.
I say I know, and that's so
Do you want to know
true.
how much I've thought about this? Like, I've worried about, not worried, okay, I've worried about this so much that I'm like, here's the thing. If I don't find the one until I'm 40 or like 45, I really want to have children, so I'm just going to adopt. I'm going to adopt. It's going to be great. Like, I literally have this all the what ifs are like planned out. So God bless the poor person. And like, yeah, I'm a little aggressive.
I agree.
Melissa's like, oh yeah, God, why are we friends?
So, okay.
I just want things to happen right now.
I don't know why you're single, Courtney. I have no clue.
Thank you for that.
We're going to find you somebody.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
This was good.
I just want to come over and hang out with you and Ty.
I don't know about you guys. I've learned a lot about Courtney today. I learned that I'm gonna keep you happy.
Melissa's like, geez,
I'm
don't
gonna
ever
support
say-
you.
Don't ever tell her she works too much,
You
or
look
she
really-
might blow up my
You look
car.
really beautiful. Would you like to go get some risotto balls?
Yes,
now?
I love risotto balls.
Done.
Oh,
I'm sweating.
you're the best. Thanks for joining us. Hey, hit us up on social media. Come back here. We're not done.
Sorry.
Hit us up on social media. Dirty Hair Podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and just like find me a date. God, no, just don't. Do not send. This is not a cry for help. We don't want that.
Boy, she just gets more charming as this goes on.
All the men out there are like, oh wow, we thought like no.
You know what you all just... I reached out and I said, y'all, should I set her up? They're all out there going, no, now.
Remember when we got a little tipsy and we...
Okay, stop. We're not doing this anymore. Courtney!
That was all you. Thanks for joining us.